I've been privileged to teach Heart Centered Reiki to several groups of different individuals from many different ages. And no class is ever the same, especially when I teach it in person, because, of course, we have a wide variety of individuals, and I often will tune into my heart to see what this particular group might need. In one particular course, I felt impressed to pass out a blank heart that had various designs. And we had students anywhere from early 20s to mid 70s attending this class. So quite a wide variety of ages. And so in passing out these paper hearts, I then passed around some coloring crayons and asked them to color that heart, which represented who they were. And I watched as each student meticulously chose the colors. And it was really interesting to watch as they colored just so perfectly. And the whole exercise probably took about 15 or 20 minutes, so a fair bit of time to color those beautiful hearts. And then what I did was I allowed each individual to do what we call show and tell. I allowed them to talk about their heart and why they chose the colors they did and so on. And then I looked at all of them rather soberly and said, looking at the ages that you are now, you are still coloring inside of the lines. And this huge awareness came up within each of them as they realized that, although a person was in their 70s or 60s or 50s or 40s or even down into their 20s, they were coloring inside the lines because they had been conditioned to do so. Now, I don't know if you remember what it was like as a child, but when you first started learning how to color, you weren't encouraged to color outside of the lines. You were encouraged to color inside of the lines. And somehow, if you got one little speck of crayon outside of the lines, it kind of ruined the picture. And I don't know about you, but I would often crumple up that paper and start all over again. Because of this, I've often thought, how much of our lives have been conditioned and how are we acting out of these conditioned behaviors? And so Heart Centered Reiki is deliberately intended to uncover that conditioning and to set your heart free with respect to your own unlimited abilities. When I was in college, I took early childhood education a few years back, and they went by themes, and it was a winter theme, and I thought, how fun it would be to hang colored snowflakes from the ceilings for the preschool children to make it truly magical. And the kindergarten teacher who oversaw the whole thing actually took points off because I used colorful snowflakes instead of white snowflakes. And she thought it was just not realistic that you would use colorful snowflakes for children. And I thought, how sad that the conditioning has gone that deep, that we can't be creative. And so I hope you'll find in this course that you will expand your creativity with respect to how you experience your life. Let me offer a quote. As you place yourself in the field of boundaries, you have mastered nothing but a belief system of boundaries, keeping you from knowing your divine and expansive heart. Remember when you were a child how free-spirited you were. You were filled with wonder. You colored outside of the lines, and here we will learn to color outside of the lines of life. The question is, where are you under all of the conditioning? This is what we are hoping to accomplish during this course, for you to rediscover yourself once again.